strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up. I want you to clap your hands and sing it with us all. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. So look at the person next to you and say, you are the place. You are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. You are the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Thank you.
Okay, be here on Wednesday. Music, movement, having a good time, spirit-filled. Doesn't get much better than that. How are you all doing? Yeah, we're going to have a blessing today. And I want to just speak a little bit about blessing, because it's one of those words that I use so much that I forget what it really means. And actually, I was talking about first service, I realized I've been using Eric Butterworth's definition of bless, which was to see the good in something. So when you bless something, you acknowledge good in it. It's good. I like that. But I thought there might be more meaning to it, more depth, more tradition. So I did a little bit of my own research about what it means to bless. There's a Hebrew word that's used for blessing, and I'm going to spell it because I'm not sure I would say it, pronounce it correctly. It's B-A-R-A-K, so it's sort of like bark. Oh, bark? How interesting. Anyway, that's a Hebrew word, B-A-R-A-K, barak. Barak. I don't want to say it incorrectly, but so what it means is to praise. And to praise means to elevate, to see something good, to be filled with adoration for something, to praise it. So when you bless something, at least in the Jewish tradition, it would be to praise it, not just bless it like, bless you. How many of you ever wanted to just do, oh, bless you? Only me? Okay. Then that wouldn't be right because the Spirit wouldn't be there. And the Spirit is to praise it. And I was thinking about that and how powerful that is. Emma Curtis Hopkins, one of my teachers, said that if you want to have a healing consciousness, the quickest way to that healing consciousness is to praise everything and everyone, which is fascinating because often if there's something that seems to need an adjustment in our life, we don't want to praise it. We want to criticize it. And the opposite of criticizing is praise. So if you want to know the feeling of praise, it's the opposite of criticize. So how many of you know how to criticize? How many of you are really good at it? Now, think of what the opposite of that would be, and that's to praise. So you're actually looking for the good in it. I was having a conversation with someone the last week, and she is like a lot of people, having some health issues. And so I told her that I would pray with her, and she said, you know, in my own meditation, I'm really getting clear that I never really liked my body, so why would my body like me back? That can you imagine what a body taking criticism for 20, 30, 40 years would be like? All of that sinking into the cells? Well, she's going to shift. It's sort of like her body is letting her wake up, and she's going to shift and start to praise it, to love it, to bless it as it is. Not, oh, when you get better. No, do it now. Praise. Bless your body. So I would like us to have an experience of really allowing as much of the truth to affect us as possible. See, a lot of times we can hear the truth, but it's, you know, we hear and read the truth everywhere. I hope that when we come here into the celebration hall, we honor truth and we let it seep in so that our lives are made different. So I'd like you to let the Spirit of God speak to you right now, and what is something that is calling for your blessing? Is it a person, a place, a body condition, a financial situation? What is calling for your blessing? And just in your own mind, bless it. Praise it. I love my body. I love my finances. I want you to look inside your checkbook. I love this. Yay. Empty space for filling up. I don't know how you're going to do it, but bless it. You have to find a way. That's why you're creative. You're creative. How many of you say I can't very often? It's okay to tell the truth. How many of you say I can't? How many of you refuse to just do things that you know might be good for you? Blessing an empty bank account, the only thing that will happen, the worst thing that will happen is it stays the same. But there's a possibility of things emerging out of that. There's a possibility of blessing your body. There's a possibility of blessing. How many of you, I don't know who, I'm reading somebody. Somebody sleeps in a double bed, and there's nobody on the other side. Bless that space. Praise it. It's open and receptive. Does it make sense? We bless. Praise. Honor. That's what it is to bless. And then another definition, this is a little bit of a later definition. It comes from the Christian tradition, and it's to make holy. If you bless something, you make it holy. Well, we don't believe that you can make anything more holy than it already is, but we do believe that we can wake up to what is sacred. St. Francis was known as one of the first ecologists, and he was an animal rights activist before it was even popular. I mean, there's stories about him saving animals just because they should be saved, because they should be honored and loved. And he would preach everything, including little critters, little squirrels. They would have locked him up right now. But he was already loved by the people, so when they saw him loving and blessing everything, they started to do that in the same way, at least as long as he was around. So St. Francis really understood that everything was holy and sacred, and it all wanted to know the truth. Talk about God. How many of you have cats? Have you noticed they love it when you meditate? My cat can just ignore me forever, but if I sit down and start to meditate, she finds me. Sits on my lap and hums. Oh, yeah. Loving this, loving. Well, she doesn't clap. But, but if she could, she would. She loves meditating. They love that consciousness. They do. So we recognize the sacred. When we bless something, we recognize the sacred. And then the other definition that I found for blessing is to care for. And when you care for something, it cares back for you. In Peruvian shamanistic tradition, especially from the high Andes, they have a word called inti. And what it meant was, you give today and I'll give tomorrow, or I'll give today and you'll give tomorrow. It's about we're always in giving. And they practice that with each other, and they practice that with the earth. So that if a shaman from the high Andes wanted to perform something for the community or for another person to do a healing ceremony, he would first give to the earth and then expect Pachamama to give back. I had arthritis healed in my right hand. And I don't know if it was arthritis, but I couldn't close it at times. And sometimes I would close it and it would stick. And oftentimes it would be swollen and throbbing. I don't know what it was. It wasn't comfortable. But the last time that I went to Peru, I asked Benito if I could have this healed. He said, oh, no, in his own, he doesn't even speak Spanish. In his own Quechua way, he said, sure. And so when it was time for us to do a ceremony to Pachamama, and we made our request, I made my request to Pachamama for my hand to be healed. I had to give to Pachamama first. Nobody gets a blessing without giving first. I gave 3 coca leaves that had been given to me. And they also had to be good coca leaves. No cut up, throw away coca leaves. Good ones. I gave my 3 coca leaves. And then Benito created a mandala out of organic materials, things that he said Pachamama loved. He gave, put flowers together and leaves and branches and coca leaves. And he said, I love it. He says, these are the things Pachamama loves. I really think it's the things he loved, because he put sugar in there and candy. Who knows? Then he wrapped it all up in a beautiful package, gorgeous, and decorated the package and then threw it on the fire. So we gave our gift to Pachamama. I don't know how it happened, but Mama gave her gift to me. So there is the caring for. To bless is to care for. And then, because we teach that what we're giving out comes back to us, what we care for cares for us. Do you see that the movement that we have that's called, getting green and thinking about ecology, that's nothing more than us waking up to the realization that we have to care for the earth if we want the earth to care for us. It's not political, it's spiritual. It is the giving and the receiving. It's okay, I can talk louder than that. Actually, the puppy said, preach, sister, preach, preach. Yeah, translate. I agree with everything she says. That's what she said. Bonito lives at 16,000 feet above sea level. The only thing that can grow there are certain species of potatoes. And yet, he's not skinny. They are healthy. It's like Mother Earth cares for those people in a way that is beyond my comprehension. Because they give, they receive. They give, they receive. Blessings are reciprocal. In a moment, we're going to have a blessing, and I first did pet blessings by us blessing pets, and then I accidentally saw that the pets blessed more than the people did. So we're actually going to have that experience of reciprocal action. We're going to generate love in this room because we're going to be asked to give love. And then we're going to be asked if you want to receive love. It's all blessing. We're either blessing or cursing. How many of you know you don't really curse, but you kind of like can, let's just be healed of this. How many of you know that you can condemn, but you want to be healed of it? Let's let that go. And when you find yourself in the process of condemning, start to bless. Just shift the energy. And pretty soon, like training a puppy to paper, your mind will start to get it. Oh, well, I'm not going to be able to do it anyway. Might as well just bless. So you'll just start blessing. Just bless, bless, bless. All right. I want to go just a little bit farther with this whole idea of reciprocal care, because I wanted to go back to what we've been talking about, because would you hold up that book? We have been studying basic ideas of the science of mind, and this is truly just another basic idea of the science of mind. What goes out from us must come back to us. We bless, we will be blessed. Over and over and over again. So now, why are we practicing this with animals? Why? Because they're just so darned easy. Actually, you know what we should do? 6 months from now, we should invite you to invite your worst enemy. And then, it's like bring an enemy to church. Really. I mean, invite a friend has worked for a while, but let's just go ahead and invite the enemies, those people and an enemy. Do you know that the word enemy in the New Testament only meant somebody you're out of sync with? But we judge being out of sync with someone, and we make it wrong. We're just out of sync. It's okay. They talk dog, you talk cat. It's just out of sync. No one's wrong. But if we did that and we blessed them and let them bless us, oh my goodness, the energy we would generate. It'd be amazing. So before we do that, let's practice with animals. Now, why are we practicing with pets? For one thing, they give us so much, don't they? Don't they give you, if all of you with dogs, whether you brought them here or not, don't they love it when you come home? They are not blasé when you come home. That's what the cat does. Dogs were created to help our self-esteem, and cats were created to keep us humble. You. Yeah. But dogs, aren't they pretty excited? It's true. So they give us so much. They also teach us so much. I want to share with you just a few things that my animals teach me. Just in case, for those of you that don't have animals, just take this in. Nap when you're tired. Stretch. Eat regular meals. Walking really is fun. And get over yourself. Because a dog, I can step on Sophie's paw accidentally and she goes, ah, and then she's over it. I can be late with her meal. She'll act a little frantic. I feed her, she's over it. She doesn't say, wow, you were late. Remember all those times you were late? Animals don't pout. They don't make a list, check it twice, and then remind you. But the real reason why I want us to bless animals is because I believe there's one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. And that life is my life and their life now. And as I bless life, life blesses me. And we can say that, and it can be a beautiful platitude, and we can turn it into a gorgeous song, which Eddie could make into the best thing you've ever heard. But it's not the same as experiencing it. It's just not the same. So right now, I'd like to let us have an experience of life blessing life. So we're going to begin by first blessing the animals. So I love it. You guys have the, that is the cutest. It's like, we have some cute dogs in the house, brothers and sisters, and some love bugs. And I'd like you to, for those of you that don't have an animal, didn't bring one with you, I should say, would you find an animal that you're going to bless? So you might have to move around a little bit. So there's 2 dogs here. Somebody can come over and bless a dog or move out. So don't come up here yet. First, what we want to do is don't bring the dogs up. Let the dogs stay where they are, and I'd like someone to volunteer to be a blesser. Like, go find somebody to bless. There. Thank you so much. You're blessing. You needed blesser. We need 2 more blessers up here. Might have to move. Yes? I'd like some people to bless. Now remember that anyone can bless. If we were another religion, you'd have to have a collar or a name tag, like Rev in front of your name. But we're not doing that. We're just going to get people to bless. We need someone, not pictures, we need a blesser right over here. The cuteness blesser, yeah. Okay, cute. Everybody's being blessed. Find someone to bless. Here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to look at the animal, and they may or may not look at you, but you put your attention on the animal. And I'd like you to say, I praise you. I bless you. I honor the life inside of you. There's one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect as you. Great. Now you have blessed. Is any animal gone unblessed? We've got all the animals blessed? Great. Now I would like to invite up the humans with their animals to spread out. We go this way, and this way. Big dogs on the floor, little dogs can come up above. So if you can lift the dog, they can be up on the stage, otherwise on the floor. And now, I love it. Please spread out so that people can get to you. Even if you spread that way, people will get to you. Spread out. Thank you. I know there's clumping going on. Clumping. Clotting is only good for blood and clotted cream. Everybody else spread out. Good, good, good. Right over here. Let's take the children over in the seats, please, until we get the dogs spread out, because I'm spreading the dogs this way. So let's spread the dogs this way so everybody can get a chance. Thank you. That's great. Go ahead and sit down. Thanks. And then we'll have the kids, just want to make sure if there's a dog available. Now, here's the deal. The reason I wanted you to spread out is I have an opportunity for you. I'd like you to stand up if you choose, if you're comfortable, and find an animal that you can come over and just be with and let it bless you. Let its love and its life be shared with you. Now, I know that what it looks like is all the dogs in front are going to get all the attention, but there's plenty of dogs up here, so come around. It's your responsibility. Find a dog. Go now. move away so someone be blessed and then move. Plenty of puppies up here. Plenty of puppies up on the stage. You know, I was thinking about heaven, and they say that heaven is a place where all the angels are constantly praising creation. But maybe they don't praise creation because they're in heaven. Maybe heaven exists because they praise creation. So maybe we bring heaven to earth, that experience of something delightful, because we are filled with praise. And we let life love us back. I know. It's exactly. Oh, preach, sister. So let's just take the love that's in the room and amplify it. Whether you came forward or you stayed in your seat, whether you have a pet here or you don't, there's love in the air. There's appreciation of species. Interspecies appreciation. Interspecies blessing. So let your heart be filled with that memory and that awareness. And just the delight. The delight. I mean, we could still be doing this, except I kept saying, take your seat, take your seat. It's fun. It's fun to appreciate. It's fun to bless. It's fun to praise. It's fun to have your nose licked. It feels good. So let that feeling good bloom and grow within you this week. Take the love that's in this room and share it in your world. Share it with your family, your friends, and those people you're out of sync with. It's all an enemy is. It's just they sing a different song. Let's appreciate that song. Bless that song. And so I give thanks that I can stand in the midst of this love and speak my word, that I know that there's one life. That life is God's life. And that life is love itself. And when we know love, we know life, we know God. And so I give thanks that this day we got to just mix and mingle in the fullness of love. Mix and mingle in the fullness of blessing. Thank you, God, for bringing us here, that we could share this experience together. And I am so grateful that I can speak my word, that for anyone who chooses, we take this experience out into the world. And we make the world just a little brighter place. Thank you, God, and so it is.